Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create an outline in Noodletools using the note cards that you have. Once you get into your project, you want to go to note cards. You want to be in tabletop view, and then you want to make sure that this button here is checked at the top that says outline. Also, yesterday you should have added your research question and your thesis into your dashboard. So if you click up here on this light, this is where you enter in your research question and thesis. So again, right by this light, this is where you enter your research question and thesis. Okay, so you will have a lot more note cards than I do because this is just my sample, but basically you're just going to create your outline over here on the edge. So I'm going to change this first topic that they have. I'm going to double click and I'm going to make sure that I know that this will be my introduction. And then where it says subtopic, I'm going to put background information. And then if I click here, I could then add my various pieces of background information I want to include. So in order to add a new subtopic, I just hit this plus and I add subtopic, and it will put it in. There it goes. It'll put it in right under your previous topic. So I'm going to double click on subtopic, and maybe my first subtopic would be history. And then I can then drag my note cards, and if I have any relevant information that would fit under that category, I'm going to hold my note card down, and then I'm just going to drag it over where I want it to go. And it's going to insert that note card and all its information into that category. Now I want to create a new topic, so my next one would be, I want to make sure that I have a thesis. So my thesis will go in my introduction. And you're going to actually type out your thesis here as well. So when you export this, your thesis is already in your, outline. Okay, so that's really all the information that needs to go into the introduction. Obviously here I would go through and I would actually type out what history I want to talk about, and I would type out what background information I want to talk about. So I'm kind of just laying this out for you. I'm going to go click back onto introduction, and to add a completely new category, so we were adding subtopics, I'm going to add another topic. Okay, so this would be my first claim. So in your thesis, if you did a three-part thesis or you outlined your thesis, you should have three main claims that you're going to explain throughout your paper. And this would be thesis topic 1. Okay, so you would type out what your first claim was. And then again, you can insert a subtopic, and then you want to explain various parts. Let's just call this evidence. Okay, so let's say that the first one I wanted to talk about was the impact on women's protests. So I'm going to drag that note card there. Okay, so I've dragged that note card there, and maybe that would support my first piece of evidence. Again, I want to click to where I want to add under, and then I'm going to add another subtopic. Maybe this will be the second piece of evidence I have for that claim. And then I can just drag and drop my note cards where they go. So again, you kind of want to use this to categorize your note cards and know exactly where all your note cards would go, or where the information on those note cards would go. So you're going to continue to do that throughout your various claims that you're going to explaining through this paper. You should have at least 3. And then you'll have a conclusion as well. So once you've done all of this and you've really typed out, again, I'm just showing you, so again, you'll be typing out much more than what I have. You're going to go to this print button, And you can do outline only, which is kind of what I prefer. So I'll go ahead and click that, and we're going to export it to Google Docs so we can still work with it. And then I'm going to compare that. I'm going to show you what it looks like when you outline with note cards. Now, when I outline with note cards, I do not like to leave in the source information, the page numbers, the tags, the cues, the history. I just have my ideas, paraphrase, or quotation, and sometimes I even take out my ideas. So I only have the direct quotes and the paraphrase information as it exports over. So here's what the first outline looked like. Okay, it's just a very basic outline. I like this one because then I can just go back to my Noodletools and look at what I need. But here, I think this one's easier to actually turn into the paper because you can then go in and just start typing in your paper, where you can type in your background information here, you can type in your thesis, and this one I feel like forms into a paper a little bit more easily. But the other one, which I'll pull up, okay, you can see because I've inserted my my note cards, it has all the information for my note cards. So this one you'll have to like delete out information and kind of play around with a little bit more, but at least all of your note card information is within your outline. So you can choose to do that however you would like. So what I'm going to be checking, these two in Google Docs are for your purpose, so that when we get to drafting the paper, you have it already in Google Docs. I will be checking your outline in Noodletools. And that is it.